of Robbie's division this week. Martin Allen on bringing in reinforcements. We have the best and worst of Lee Ridley. And Frankie Artus talks about his second spell with Cheltenham. First up is manager Martin Allen on this weekend's trip to Darlington.
You've obviously looked at the DVD from last week. Was there anything on that you didn't see with your naked eye, or that showed up that you've looked at?
Yeah, there's always there's a few horror stories, weren't there? Let's be honest. But we all saw that out for ourselves last Saturday. But no, the players looked for it themselves as well. We left it to them to get in a room and sort it out. And they came back with some good ideas and good points, what we've done well and what we didn't do so well. And then we've worked on them, and it's as simple as that.
Would you settle for another defensive performance like Rochdale? Because that was the ideal sort of away performance, wasn't it? If you before last Saturday's funny old game.
Well, believe it or not, I thought Hereford away was better. Where we passed the ball and we were more comfortable, especially in the second half. By keeping the ball, we didn't have to defend. Whereas at Rochdale, it was backs to the wall. And we defended valiantly. We defended set plays superbly. And you've got to say that they've got some good players up at Rochdale. But we stayed strong, stayed firm, and on the break we looked very, very dangerous. But what we've been working on also this week is not just the defending aspect, but it's also keeping the ball better. So if you keep the ball, you don't have to defend. So after conceding 5 goals, that may sound a bit odd, but that is a fact, and that is something we have been working on and looking at and trying to address.
So having been able to at least bring Artus in, and at least Che, who's here, what's your view about the options you've got selection-wise? Are you comfortable with those?
Oh yeah, even if they weren't here I'd be comfortable. Got a good squad of players, good group of men, and whoever plays in our team, they go out and do the job. And he's obviously perhaps stronger teams than other teams, but some of these players have got to step up to the mark like they did at the end of last season. And I said, and this is why I put them in at the end of last season. You saw Kyle had to come on the other day to play right back. And that's why I put them in there at the end of last season, because I thought this would probably happen. And if it comes to it, they've got to play the young boys, then we get on and do it.
You got 4 points from 2 away games, and that's an encouraging start, isn't it, after some of the struggles away from home last season?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it is. We have done okay so far. We've done okay, but there's been room for improvement. And in some of those games we won, that we haven't played as well, perhaps, as what we could have done. And I have said when we've had those wins, there's a lot of room for improvement. And I think on Saturday, that was point in case, because that, especially that first 20 minutes, was pretty shocking. And there's also been a couple of instances like that in other games. So. So we can't hide behind the fact that we've got those points. There's a lot of work to be done and improve if we're going to keep getting those points.
You'd be happy if you scored 4 goals every week?
Yeah, I think we will, don't we? I'd be happy if, I was going to say something else, but I better not. Family programme. No, you just go about your business and keep preparing them how you do. Sometimes you have to point the finger a bit firmer at certain people and work them a bit harder in groups. But no, collectively they're as good as gold, and I've said that from day one.
Lee Ridley, I suppose Lee was probably the forgotten man of Cheltenham Football Club when he first signed from Scunthorpe, because the fans thought he was awful. I don't think he was too pleased with his game, and I don't think the manager thought he'd signed the player he was going to turn out. But fair play, he went away on loan, he's come back, and he's probably looking like one of the best left backs in the league now. And fair play to him, he's worked hard, he's captained the side a few times, and of course he's got that big throw. But he wouldn't want to be known just from the big throw, because I think he's a tidy player now, Lee Ridley, and I think he's a good club man, and he'll be 100% for the club. But with the big men we've got in the box for the throws, he's handy. Pity he couldn't get him a couple more yards. I nickname him Rory, mate, I do. But there you are, that's the good and bad points about Lee Ridley today. Fair play to the man, he's had a good go and he's proved everyone wrong.
Best football in memory, probably playing at Chelsea. Drew Chelsea in the FA Cup away. I was actually leading for about sort of 20 minutes. But we were given a bit of a shock. I think we lost the game 3-1 in the end, but it was a good day. It was sell out there as well, so it was a good memory. Probably getting relegated last season, really. First time it happened in my career. Other than that, probably injuries. I had a couple of, not career threatening, but long-term injuries out for 4 months at a time. So best goal, probably the one at the start of the season against Grimsby. It was only my 4th one, but yeah, it seemed to go pretty well. No deflection, like some of the lads have said. Probably Robin for about 10 minutes. He came on for 10 minutes. I was tired, and he just kept running behind. So yeah, that was a tough one. With Justin Rich, no. Probably Peter Beagrie at Scunthorpe. I mean, he's coming towards the end of his career, but you could still see that he was a quality player, great feet, and you sort of give him the ball and just trust him to keep it. Really, he's a good player. Man United and Scunthorpe. Cantona, probably Brian Robson at the time. Then obviously now he's some of the younger ones, Ronaldo and that. But yeah, back at my time it's sort of Cantonas and your Lee Sharps and people like that. Best left back in the world, I think Evra. I think he gets forward well. Since he come over, like he struggled a little bit for height and strength, but I think he's worked on that, and I think he looks one of the best left backs really in the world. I think we could very realistic chance of playoffs if we can keep building on the momentum we've started with, and anything can happen. There's sort of no one team that will sort of stand out, maybe apart from Notts County if they keep signing these players. But yeah, if we can keep going the way we are, I think there's no reason why we should put a limit on what we can achieve.
Finally, here's Frankie Artus on why he was so keen to come back to the Robins.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to come back, especially as I've been here before. I know all the lads and that, so it's a good, you know what I mean, it's different. It's not like you're coming into a new club and you don't know anyone. So the lads welcomed me back in well, and I'm just looking forward to the month, really.
What was it about Cheltenham that made you so keen to come back when you got the chance this season?
Well, it's just up the road, and it's a great club, and all the lads are quality, you know, and it's a club that's looking for promotion this year, so hopefully I can play a part of that.
Do you think it could be extended beyond a month if you do as well as you did towards the end of last season?
Well, yeah, I could do, yeah. Well, I hope so. If I do well and I'm playing week in, week out, then I don't see why not.
Have you noticed a different atmosphere around the place? Obviously last season the team was down at the bottom, and when you came in they basically knew they were going to be heading down to League 2. Do you think is there a different atmosphere around the place now, more of a positive sort of aim for promotion sort of atmosphere? Yeah,
definitely. Like, all the lads seem a lot more positive, and it's been quite a good start to the season from their part, so hopefully we'll build on that and I could be part of that.
And what Gary Johnson said to you as he told you just come and prove you can do it at first team level?
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get a chance back at Bristol where the squad's so big and there's some good players there. So it's just to come out on loan and do best for myself, and hopefully you can see if I do well, we'll see that and see where it goes from there.
Do you think your spell at Cheltenham last year helped you get that extra contract at City?
Yeah, I think it might have. Yeah. Because it looks good on me when I'm scoring goals and putting good performances in, so I hope that was the case, yeah.
He obviously sort of sees you as part of his plans, Gary, to give you the contract. Do you sometimes think, what have you got to do to get in the team there? What have you got to be given a chance?
Nice to meet you, Fred.
You met Julian then, have you? Do you feel sometimes, what have I got to do to get a chance at City? Do you feel like you're just desperate for a chance there?
Yeah, but I understand that there's a lot of good players there, so it's hard. I can't really argue, because some of the lads have gone in and done really well, like Marvin Elliott, and then they've signed Paul Hartley, who seems a really good player. So it's hard to argue at that situation that I'm not getting a chance there. So that's why I want to come out on loan and hopefully get a bit of experience and enjoy my football.
For all the latest on Cheltenham Town, visit thisisgloucestershire.co.uk or read the Echo every day apart from Sundays. John Palmer, Robins Division, the season training ground.